Hello everyone, you're welcome to my channel. Today we'll be learning how to make this beautiful 360-degree peplum. So let's just get into it. You're welcome.
Today we'll be learning how to make a peplum, 360-degree peplum. What you need your tape, your ruler, your tailor chalk, your stay, paper stay, your lining. That's if you want to add lining. If you don't want, you just want to practice or. But those are the things I will be needing. I'll be using to get the 360-degree peplum. All you need to do is to fold your fabric. Now I want to make I want to show you how to reduce waste of fabric if you want to do it. So what you do is you divide your waist, your waist measurement plus your seam allowance. That's your, because if you're going to attach it to a top or a skirt, if you're making a skirt, you need a seam allowance for your zipper. So if it's 1 inch you're using, if it's 2 inch you add, or 1.5, whatever it is, you add it to your waist. So for example, let me assume my waist is 34. I'm going to add 2 inch extra plus 2 inch. If you want more room to pleat, maybe you just want it, to just add little pleat, just add extra more, then you add it together. So what I have now is if I add 2 to 34, I'm going to have 36. So now I'll be dividing this 36. I'll be dividing this 36 by 6.28. That will give me the radius for this. So whatever I get from this, I'm going to add my length. The length I'm working with is 10. So whatever you get from here, you add. So that will give me approximately 15 inches length. So the 15 plus 15. But what I have here, I added my seam allowance for the up and the down. So what I have total, I have 17. I have 17 length. So what you do is you hold your fabric, you measure 17. So 17 plus 17 will give you 34. Yeah, I think I'm right. Yes, it will give you 34. So you need 34 this way, then you add your 17 plus 17, it's going to give you 34. So you need because you need a square to cut it. You need a square to cut it. So it's the square that you now divide into 2 and divide again, then that's what gives you that round. So that is it. So if I have here 17. I have here 17. Here is also 17. If that makes sense. Here is also 17. So you just do the math, you add it up together. That will give you the exact fabric. So this extra that you have, that I'm having here, you won't have it. You just have exactly what you want for your work. It will help you reduce waste. So that being said, I hope you get it. So that being said, what I need for my waist is I'm using I'm going to be using 5.6. Like I said, I added extra. I just want to have a little pinch on it to just give it. So I have 5.6. 5.6. So take it round. Now the length is 17. That's what I'll be needing. So to cross check, now you see, I told you what I need is 10. So my seam allowance is included here. Now I have 11. So I remove seam allowance from the upper part and half inch for the lower part. So my measurement is accurate for what I need. So just add your seam allowance to your waistline, divide it by 6.28, whatever you get, then you add the length you want and add extra maybe 1 inch for the turning of the upper part and the lower part. If you can't maintain sewing on 0.5, 0.5, you add more. You add as much as you need to sew around. So that being said, I'm going to mark out. I hope you can see it. There is how I cut my peplum. I like to add my stay, sew it round before I cut out the waistline. So that is how I cut mine. I find that technique better for me. I find the technique better for me. So everybody have how they sew. So you see, my cutting is equal. So when you're done cutting, you check if it's not aligning well. If you mark it well, it's definitely good. If it's not, you just trim it off. I've cut out my stay before I started this video because I've cut out my lining. So when I stitch round, I'll cut top stitch. I'll show you how. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go and add my stay to my peplum. Then we sew. So I've gone ahead to stitch it. This is how I put my I usually do mine. I like to stitch it first before I cut. What it does is, I forgot to make sure you iron your fabric, the lining and the main fabric before you cut your peplum. Because if it's rumpled and cut, by the time you're done cutting, when you now iron it, sometimes you find out that one is longer or because it was rumpled. So it's very necessary you iron first before you cut out your peplum. That's you start cutting. So now I told you before that what I need is 6. That's what I'll be needing. So now I'm cutting out. Remember my waist was 34. I added 2 inch extra to it. That would give me, I think, 5.7. Then you have to, it's ratio, you have to convert it. But I'm using 6. If there is excess, what I'll do, I'll just I want to give it just little pleats, to just give it There's this just a stand. So now I'm cutting out. So I'm done cutting. What I will do now is I'm going to turn it. I'll take it to the machine and I'm going to top stitch. Stitching, you, I hope you can see what I'm doing. I'll put it here, then I stitch it round. What this does is it gives it secures your stitch and helps it stand. Now that you sew your peplum and the lining will be bulging out like this will help stop that. It will not happen when you do it like this. So you just stop stitch around like 0.2 or 0.2 away from the stitch, or 3. So let's do that. I'll come back and show you. Let's go to the machine. You see that I'm done top stitching. You see, this is what I got. You seen it? You can see. So this will keep your lining from coming out. And make sure when you're done before you top stitch, make sure you iron very well. Then you top stitch. When you're done top stitching, you iron again very well before you now top stitch this place, so that when you're fixing it, it will not be moving. It will be stable. The lining will not move away from the fabric. So it's very necessary you top stitch here. But before you do top stitch here, make sure you iron the fabric, the clothes. Iron it before you do that one, because if not, it might not stay well, like so. If that makes sense. Alright. So I'm attaching the peplum to this. If you've not seen the video of how I made this top, please, it's in my channel. Kindly do so. So then what you do is you raise your peplum up and see how you want it to fit. Like, I like the dangling I'm getting. I hope you can see it. So I've actually notched here. So here will be my zipper part. Here will be my zipper part. So I'm going to slit it open. So before I stitch it, I will go to the machine and I'll top stitch here with 0.2 thereabout, just to keep it firm. So what I'll do now is I'm going to add, so go ahead and add your peplum to your top. If it's skirt you're doing, if it's a peplum skirt, just put the band. So I'm going to pin. So what I'm doing here, I'm gently distributing the excess I have. I told you I want to just do a little pinch, just to give it like a little structure. So that's what I'm doing here. Just gently distributing it. Not much. It's not a. So it's just going to give it like a pleat, but not a pleat per se. So now just 2 more places to put it. So what I'm going to do now, go to the machine. We're going to stitch 0.5 all through, 0.5. Then when I'm done, I'll give it a good press. Then I'll extend my zip. I'll fix my zip. So let's do that and come back and see what we have. We are done with the peplum. This is what we have. So let me put it in the mannequin so you see it. I'm yet to make a sleeve for this dress, this top. Well, it's already looking nice.